Welcome, everyone, to Swoon-Worthy, the podcast, where we dive into your favorite period dramas. Today, I'm joined by my friend and fellow period drama enthusiast, Sunny, who you may remember from our episodes covering The Gilded Age Season 3. Hi, Sunny. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Carly. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, I'm so excited today to talk to you about a very beautifully made period drama that I know we both love. We chose it, Far from the Madding Crowd 2015. And I feel like this movie is an underrated period drama. Do you agree?
I totally agree. And I think it's really one of those films that you have to watch again and again to really appreciate and really just get everything out of. Especially rewatching it to discuss on this podcast with you and taking notes. I was like, oh my gosh, this film has layers. Like there's so much to unpack. Yeah, I think it's just a gorgeous film.
It really is. And I think if there's a listener who has not seen this one and they just wanted to check it out to learn more, I always say if you like Pride and Prejudice 2005 or even Jane Eyre 2011, I think you're going to love this movie. I feel like it's the same kind of vibes, beautiful music, really beautiful understated costuming, and of course the romance aspect of it. It's very swoon worthy.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm a sucker for period dramas, as we both know. Anything set in the countryside or a rural landscape of any sort on a farm, I'm a sucker for the farm setting, farm animals, and this has all of that.
Yes.
So yeah, I just feel like this film was made for me, honestly.
I know it's very pastoral, Victorian era. And, sometimes we think Victorian era, we think of like London scenes of in the Victorian era where it's, sometimes a bit dark and gloomy and there's like poverty on the streets. But this is set in the beautiful countryside. You know what I'm talking about. And it's just like a breath of fresh air when you watch this movie. So I'm with you 100%. This story comes from the author Thomas Hardy, who also, other than Far from the Madding Crowd, wrote Tessa the D'Urbervilles. So both of these are iconic classic novels and turned into many different versions of period dramas. Of course, today we're focusing on Far from the Madding Crowd 2015, starring period drama queen Carey Mulligan. I mean, that's our female lead here. Such an exceptional actress, and then the character that she plays. So, would you say that, Carey Mulligan is, she might be overshadowed by Keira Knightley sometimes, but I mean, very much a period drama queen.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I feel like Carey Mulligan occupies a very special place in my heart because she was really like a rising star when I first, started watching movies very seriously. And yes, she's a period drama queen. She's been in so many things,
So
especially
many.
between 2010 to 2018. I feel like yeah, she was another booked and busy girl. Like she
Mhm.
was really, in so many amazing films. I'm thinking in Education,
Yes.
Great Gatsby. She had a small role in Inside Llewyn Davis, which was
Hmm.
so formative to me as a young person who went to New York for
Mm.
college. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's so great. She's so good. I love her and everything. And I thought she smashed it in this one.
Yeah, no, those are some great roles from her. I mean, three-time Oscar nominee. First one for her was An Education. And then even before that, I mean, her first movie was Pride and Prejudice, 2005, which is insane, playing Kitty Bennett. And it's kind of a smaller role, like less speaking lines in that. But then from that, she was in Bleak House 2005 miniseries, and then Northanger Abbey 2007. She's playing Isabella Thorpe, who is the mean girl essentially, or maybe the betraying friend, and also plays that so well. So her range is just crazy.
Yes, I totally agree. And I feel like I have not seen her in Bleak House, but I feel like she really grew up for her role in Northanger Abbey because
Hmm.
she plays this sort of giddy younger sister in Pride and Prejudice, and I thought she did that so well. She was
Yeah.
so natural. really like sweet and like bubbly, and it was fun to watch her on screen. And then in Northanger Abbey, she's this like manipulative, coy,
Yeah.
and I was just like, wow,
Yeah.
Carey.
Yeah, like the fact that that's the same person and her voice even is very much more mature in Northanger Abbey.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then I think one of your other favorites, you like The Dig from 2021, right?
Yes. Another highly underrated period drama starring Carey Mulligan.
Yes, for sure. And then we have our leading man. So the romantic lead, of course, there are kind of three suitors for Carey Mulligan in this, which is also kind of Pride and Prejudice like. But the Belgian actor Matthias Schoenaerts, if I'm pronouncing it correctly or somewhat correctly,
Yes,
and
that sounds right based on the YouTube video we both watched.
and yeah, so this Belgian actor, love him. He between 2014 and 2015 starred or at least was featured in four period dramas just over the course of 2 years. So Sweet Frances with Michelle Williams, A Little Chaos with Kate Winslet, this movie, and then The Danish Girl with Alicia Vikander and Eddie Redmayne. So it's like, wow, he just churned them out in that time period.
Yes, he really did. I have to rewatch The Danish Girl. I don't remember who he plays in that, but I recently watched A Little Chaos, where he plays the landscape designer Andre Lenoche with Kate Winslet,
Hmm.
and also is directed by Alan Rickman, who we love.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think Alan Rickman, he himself stars as King Louis the 14th, I believe. And
Hmm.
I thought the three of them, they were so good together.
Yeah. No, he's just a really underrated. I know we keep using that phrase, underrated, but he really is. I don't know if everyone knows who this actor is. The first time I actually saw him was in a French film, 2012's Rust and Bone with Marion Cotillard. And I was like, who is this guy? I don't know. It was a good, not a period drama, but it was a good movie. And I think it's great that they gave him this role because he's Farmer Oak. So Farmer Gabriel Oak, this is the lead from this story. He embodies this character so well, I think.
Oh, totally. And Carrie Mulligan says that she handpicked him as Farmer Oak when she saw him in Rust and Bone. She was like, he just has that sort of like effortless manliness that we were
Mhm.
looking for the character of Farmer Oak. And I was like, yes, totally.
Oh
I
my
thought he played
gosh.
that so well, yeah.
I didn't know. I did not know that. I haven't actually looked up too much of the trivia of this one. Sometimes I'm all about the trivia, and so if you have anything you picked up along the way, let me know. But
I
um
definitely will. Yeah, I made some notes.
good, good. So before we jump into the scenes from this movie, our favorite scenes. Let's just do a couple more details about the movie up front. Director Thomas Vinterberg, Danish director, and award-winning from 2021, his movie called Another Round with Mads Mikkelsen. Mads Mikkelsen is like one of my favorite actors of all time,
Oh, me
actually.
too. And
Yeah?
I loved Another Round. Have you seen
Yes.
it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it was so
It's
good. It
so
was like
good.
another film that I think kind of flew under the radar because it was
Uh,
released in 2020, like during the pandemic.
yeah.
But I remember watching with my friend Linda, or maybe she had recommended it to me and I watched it, and I was like, wow, like so
Yeah.
funny, but so devastating,
Yes.
especially the end. I don't want to ruin it for
I
anybody
know,
who
I
hasn't seen
know.
it, but yeah, I really remember
Yeah.
watching that film, even though the last time I saw it was 5 years ago.
Yeah. No, it definitely sticks with you. And then Mads Mikkelsen, the dancer that he is, gets a little dance scene in it.
Yes,
So,
yes,
but yeah, so this director, I'm hoping that Thomas Vinterberg does another beard drama because this one's so well made. Um,
agree.
yeah, screenplay writer David Nichols, who actually did the Tess of the D'Urbervilles 2008 miniseries with Gemma Arterton and Eddie Redmayne. Costume designer Janet Patterson, who is a frequent collaborator with Jane Campion. I believe Janet Patterson actually passed away, but so many exceptional period dramas for this from this costume designer.
Oh, wow. Could you share what else they've done? I'm not familiar.
So one of my favorites from Janet Patterson is Bright Star from 2009.
Oh,
Yep.
yes, Bright Star. Okay.
Portrait of a Lady, The Piano. So these are all Jane Campion films.
Okay.
Yeah, and then some other ones like Oscar and Lucinda, very regal costumes set in the Victorian time. I love Carey Mulligan's color themes with the dark red and
Yes.
dark blue or royal blue.
Ooh, don't get me started on Carey Mulligan's wardrobe. I feel like she's got my like dream wardrobe, like style icon for sure.
Yes. And I don't even think we've mentioned yet her character name in this, which is Bathsheba Everdene.
Yes.
Beautiful name, unique name. It even starts out the movie, a voiceover of Carey Mulligan as Bathsheba saying, like, that she was always confused about her name. She didn't really necessarily like hearing it said out loud. And she also talks about being an orphan and being very independent. So, right from the get-go, this opening scene, we're learning about this character. And she's saddling up her horse to go on a ride. What did you think about the opening scene?
Oh, I thought it was lovely. I mean, I would love to go on an early morning horseback ride
Yeah.
through the fields, you know.
Hmm.
But I thought, yeah, well, first of all, her opening scene outfit, incredible. The leather
Yeah.
jacket,
Yes.
so good with the like floral neck scarf, so pretty. Um, but yeah, I feel like not much was said after the voiceover, but you learn a lot about her. You know, you learn that she's quite like an active person. She loves horseback riding. She's quite independent, like a free spirit. She does
Mhm.
There's that moment where she's riding side saddle and she looks around to see if anybody's watching, and then she swings her leg over and like
Yeah.
rides, quote unquote, like a man. Um and there's also that moment where she sees like a low-hanging branch and just like
Hmm.
leans back and like rides her horse through the woods.
Love
It's
it.
just it's lovely, you know. I thought it was a
Yeah.
great choice for an opening scene.
Yeah, and you're right. The fact that, it doesn't take long for us to understand her character and how she is an independent spirit. And our leading man sees her doing this little maneuver where she leans back. Yeah, like the low-hanging trees. She loses her scarf in the mix, and this allows for a nice little meet cute between Gabriel and Bathsheba, because he has to return the scarf.
Yeah, he has to. It's
Yeah.
his duty to return that scarf to her.
Yeah.
Um, no, I love it because she's just walking alone and he's like kind of yelling at her. He's like, "Miss, miss," and she's like looking around like, "Are you talking to me?"
Mhm.
But yeah, I can imagine, like as a solo woman, like crossing these big fields on your own, you're kind of like, do I want to go and talk to that strange man? Do I not?
I know. But when they do start to talk, you learn they do know about each other. So she knows his name. She's working for the summer with her aunt, and this is his land essentially, or he's the main farmer. I'm a little confused. I need to revisit the book. At a later point, he says, I'm planning to buy the farm. So it's almost like he's working the farm. He's in charge and responsible for the farm, and he has this flock of sheep that he
Yes,
tends
that's
to.
that is the vibe I got, that he was like some sort of, yeah, there must be like a term for it, but some kind of like tenant farmer where he's like
Mm-hmm.
working with the intent to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Um
And all throughout this, we didn't really mention that the music that plays over these opening scenes too, that violin, it's so beautiful. It's like almost haunting but also romantic. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I feel like I wrote a note about the music for the scene. It really sort of encapsulates like, the feeling of like freedom and also the wonderment of like nature. I feel like there's so many beautiful like landscape shots in the opening scene, and you really those emotions, that wonderment at like the beautiful, like the sheep and the
Mm-hmm.
trees and the sun coming in through the trees. It's all sort of like heightened by the music.
Ooh, yes, exactly. I like the phrase heightened. Yes. You get the feels right off the bat. And so they're not super talkative at first. They smile. They kind of have a flirty smile, flirty eyes, perhaps. You can tell they like each other. They must have good vibes going there. And it cuts to another scene where she's just kind of watching him train his border collie to herd sheep.
So I
He's
guess
got,
they're friends now.
yeah, they've got there's two border collies, a younger one and young George and old George, which is so cute. I actually grew up with a border collie mix.
Oh my gosh, did you
Hmm.
really?
Yeah.
I love all like shepherding dogs. Our
Yes.
dog, Lucky, she's a quarter Australian
Oh,
cattle dog. So she's got like
yeah.
herding tendencies and she'll like try and herd our chickens and stuff. I don't know, I'm like very partial to that kind
Yeah,
of breed of dog, yeah.
me too. Ours was named Panda.
So sweet.
I know, I loved her. And then, so they're kind of comfortable with each other. Then we cut to another scene. He brings her a little lamb, which is really sweet. She's also, in many of these scenes, we saw her in the deep red burgundy outfit at the beginning, and now we're seeing a lot of royal blue outfits, which is just a beautiful color. Um, and he's talking with the aunt at first. The aunt leaves. He gets some alone time with Bathsheba, and he proposes to her. Would you like to marry me? She's like, there are things to consider. And then he's like, okay. And then he kind of leaves and she says, I didn't say I wouldn't marry you. I just haven't really thought about it.
I feel like this is a theme with Bathsheba throughout the entire film, where like she like isn't the best at communication. Like
Yeah.
she wants to say more but doesn't quite know how to like say it, so she withholds, and then everyone's like, "Okay, so like, how do you feel?"
Hmm. Which ties into one of the famous quotes from the book and from the movie.
Ooh, yes, you're
Should we
so
say it?
right.
Should we say it
Yes,
now? Um, let's see. So she says, it is difficult for a woman to define her feelings in a language chiefly made by men to express theirs. So
I
that's
love
kind of
that.
right on the money with what you said,
Yeah,
bad at
that's so
communicating.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also at this point, he's the wealthier of the two or the more financially stable. And she says that maybe like, you can probably do better than me, which is interesting.
That is interesting. It's so funny. Like okay, personally speaking, I would have said yes right away. Like, are you kidding me? He brings
Yeah.
you a lamb. That's
Hmm.
so cute.
I know.
I'm trying to convince Liam to on cheap right now. Um,
Oh.
but yeah, I mean, I also love how he like pitches it to her. He's like, I have 100 acres and 200 sheep, and you could have a piano in a year or two,
Oh.
flowers and birds. And he even says a frame for cucumbers. And I feel like he's like really selling it to
Oh.
her. And she still says no. Like, what? I find that
Yeah.
unbelievable.
And it's not like some of the stodgy proposals we get in other, literary stories or period dramas. He's saying this for her, like, this is what I want to give you. Oh, he says, I will always be there for you.
Oh, that's so romantic.
It's
And
romantic.
but you know what? I think you're right. Like she's young. She wants to live like more life. Like she wants to do more things like as an independent, unmarried woman before she settles down. And like honestly, power to her. I think that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I hate to be some man's property. All the while, she's kind of smiling and still kind of like flirtily like saying these things because I don't think she wants him to go away. She doesn't want to say like a hard no. She's just like, I don't think this is what I want right now, but she's probably like, we can still hang out. I don't know.
Mixed signals, Bathsheba.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? And she says, I'm far too independent. You couldn't tame me, and I wouldn't want you to. But yeah, he's heartbroken, I think, because
Yeah, for
oh.
sure.
And okay, so you sent me some deleted scenes. Was one of them before this scene? Like there's like a fire or something and she resuscitates him?
Okay, that is actually a great point. And maybe that's why he fell in love with her because she like saved his
That's
life.
that's what someone on one of the comments. So there's some deleted scenes for our listeners that
Oh.
are on YouTube. Someone in the comment said something like that, like, "Oh, that makes sense why he proposed to her then." But
Oh,
I don't know.
okay,
I don't
that
know
makes
for
way more
sure.
sense to me.
You can imagine that maybe they had a few more interactions before he proposed. He may have thought she's gonna say yes, and I care for her. I do believe he cared for her even from the beginning, even if they didn't know each other that well. But yeah, so there we go.
I
Um,
think he like fully, I think one of the reasons he was heartbroken by her refusal was that he probably thought he found someone that could like do this farm life with him, you know,
mhm.
because he saw her working her aunt's fields and like helping them,
Yeah.
like clear out the thorny brush in front of their house. And he was like, okay, this is someone who like doesn't mind getting down and dirty and like rolling up their sleeves. Like this is like a partner, like
Yeah.
already see her in my life. And I'm sure he like wanted her to feel the same way.
Yeah.
They both clearly had this appreciation for like the country and like being in nature and animals. And
Hmm.
so when she refused him, he was
Oh,
sort of like a broken dream, you know?
I know. It's you feel for him and you just, I guess the only thing is if, if she had said yes right away, we wouldn't have this epic story. But no, I know. And so what happens in some of the next scenes, I have to admit, I fast forward through this scene now. After
Oh, which one's
the
that?
sheep, the flock, losing the
Oh,
flock,
yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
do it. I can't do it, Sonny.
It's pretty brutal. No, it really is. And like, okay, not to like, put you in a bad place or anything, but like they really show you everything. Like they
That's the
show
thing.
you the bodies like thudding on the ground,
Yep.
like over the cliff. Like
Can't
it's
do
like
it.
it's really brutal.
Yeah, so the past
Yeah.
like two times that I've watched this movie, I fast forwarded and I still know what happens. I know he loses
Yeah.
his flock. He
Yeah.
gets like let go or fired or whatnot. He goes on his way because he doesn't have anything to keep him there, Bathsheba and yeah. And you know too, because he's an animal lover, that this hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
just, oh, I hate it. I hate
I
it.
know, I know, I totally agree with you. It's like so hard to watch, but in a way, I almost appreciate it because I feel like there's less like romanticizing of farm life,
Ooh,
via
yeah.
the scene. Because I think like, we watch all these beautiful period dramas set in these like bucolic sort of like landscapes and like locations, and you think it's just like the dream life. But like the stakes are so high for farmers. Like
Yeah,
I personally know farmers who've like lost all of their sheep in one night, due to like predators or whatever.
that's
And it's
terrible.
like it is like actually devastating, and like the switch up from like day to day, like you're truly at the mercy of nature.
Wow.
And I think this scene like really hammered that home like very early on.
Yeah. And so for our listeners, I mean, you have a farm.
I do. I do have a farm. We own a small flower farm in upstate New York where we grow on a third of an acre. And
Wow.
we're in like historically like we're in an agricultural area, and it's been farmed for like many, many years, many
Wow.
generations. And we're surrounded by beef and dairy farms.
Yeah.
It's perfectly set up for sheep. I would love to have sheep.
Hint, hint.
Yeah, I know. Mostly because I'm a knitter. Like, I think the
Hmm.
idea of like a sheep to skein sweater is like such a cool concept. But yeah, I still have to convince Liam.
Well, I will, send some positive vibes that way, and maybe that'll happen for
Yeah.
you. But okay, so I see how this scene, yeah, it is very pivotal for the tone of the movie. This is a reversal of fortunes for Bathsheba and Farmer Oak or Gabriel, because right after this, we learn Bathsheba's uncle's will ends up giving her everything. So everything he owned, he leaves to her, land included, his farm, and she's rich now. So she just literally, because she's so independent, just gets her little baby lamb, gets her luggage, and she hops on a cart and off she goes to her new farm life.
Wait, oh my gosh, did she take the lamb with her? I
Yeah.
totally missed that detail. That is
Hmm.
so funny.
She's like, I'm taking Gabriel's lamb because I still love it.
Oh, that's so funny. Wow, good catch. I need to go
Yeah.
back and rewatch that.
Yeah, and she's wearing this bold red at this point. It's like a brighter red,
Yes.
fire engine red maybe, and she just looks so amazing. I mean, this is unusual in this setting to see such an independent woman, so it's really refreshing.
I agree. And I love that red ensemble. I think it's
Hmm.
just stunning. And I noticed, just to go back to the costumes for a little bit,
Hmm.
they really narrowed in, the costume department really narrowed in on this like very specific silhouette for
Yes.
Bathsheba, I thought. It's the high collar. I wish I was better at the shapes and the silhouettes, but like
Uh-huh.
the jacket with the buttons down the front and like a,
Yeah.
sh a narrow skirt. And it's really like, it's at once like very flattering, but like also very practical. Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna see her, like walking around in like what you would normally consider like Victorian garb.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like even when she is in uh, any scene where she's in with like, her other farmers or like people around her, you can immediately spot her, I think, because
Oh
her
yeah.
silhouette is so distinct.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Right, right there with you. Yeah, it's almost like a Victorian writing habit, but a little less formal, I would say, a little more practical. Yeah, it's beautiful. All of her costuming is just so beautiful. We'll talk about
So
it
good.
throughout. Um, and Mr. Oak, Gabriel, he's in search of a place to work. So he ends up in a little town and he's just chatting with this young woman, Fanny Robin, who we will learn, played by Juno Temple, who, a lot of people know her from Ted Lasso, a more
Yes,
recent
that's how I know
series.
her.
Yes, yes. But she was actually in Atonement 2007 with Saoirse Ronan, and she's the little girl that is in
Oh my
Atonement.
gosh. Wow. I did not make that connection. I'll have to go back and yeah,
Yeah.
I love Juno Temple. I love her as
Yeah.
Keely and Ted Lasso. She's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. No, and then I've heard she's in the Fargo series recently, one of the seasons. I haven't seen Fargo, but it's on my watch list. But Juno Temple is really great in this role. She's got her eyes on her man, her soldier, who's in the town right there,
Yes.
played by Tom Sturridge, and we learn his name later is Sergeant Francis Troy, and we will learn later that he is trouble.
Oh, yes.
Oh my
Frank
gosh.
Troy.
Yes. Oh my goodness. And she loves this guy. You can tell she loves this soldier. She's talking to Gabriel and she's like, "Oh, you would make a fine soldier." And he says, "No, no, no." And then she helps him. She's like, "Oh, they're looking for work in Weatherby, I think it is. You should go find there." So that was a sweet little interaction. And then he says, "You should have a cloak. Maybe she looks cold."
Yes. Yeah.
And that almost makes you think like, is the soldier taking care of her properly?
Yeah, I actually love that. Like, I feel like the writing is so clever where, we as an audience might not pick up on things until like they're told something by somebody else who's like in the scene with them. And
Uh-huh.
like I would not have like registered that it was like a cold, windy day
Right.
unless and that says so much then about Frank Troy's character where you're like, are you taking care of your
Hmm.
sweetheart? Like, what's going on?
Oh my goodness. And okay, Tom Sturridge, we got to talk about him a bit. Tons of period dramas. Okay, not tons, but a handful of period dramas. I know a lot of people love this actor. Like they find him the most swoon where yes,
Really?
they
Wait, what
do.
else has he been in?
Okay, so Tom Sturridge, the first thing I know him from, because this was one of my favorite period dramas growing up, is 2004 Vanity Fair with Reese Witherspoon. He plays the son.
Oh.
He plays the younger son of Amelia, and he's like a little jerk in that role.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
He
Okay.
always plays these kind of like maybe haughty or just roguish characters,
Yeah,
and
like a little mischievous.
mischievous, yes.
Yes.
And so it makes me not trust him in any of his movies. So he's also been in Effie Gray 2014, The Hollow Crown Season 2, Mary Shelley 2017, he plays Lord Byron, The Widow Clicquot 2023, and now he's in the Sandman series that got canceled and people are upset with it being
Oh,
canceled.
okay. Okay.
Are you a Twilight fan, Sunny?
I have seen all of them.
So people fan casted him before Robert Pattinson. People wanted
Really?
Tom Sturridge to
Oh.
be Edward Cullen in Twilight. And
I
yeah,
totally see it. Yeah. Okay, so he was like a 2010s heartthrob then. Like
I
he
think
was of
so.
that era.
I think
Okay.
so. And like there were Tumblrs dedicated to him being Edward Cullen that I like
Incredible. I see
ran
it.
across. So
I see the Tom Sturridge tumblers. I can see it in my mind's eye.
I mean, just fun fact, fun Twilight connection here. But anyways, some people really like this actor. I find him so mischievous that I usually don't like him. But we'll see. So
He's very handsome, but
he
in a
is.
sort of like dangerous way.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, like you know you're good looking kind of way.
Yeah. Like you're Mr. Wickham, you're
Yes, exactly. He's got
hmm
Wickham energy for sure.
Willoughby. Yeah.
Yes, totally.
Yeah. That kind of vibe. But oh, here's one more fun fact. Tom Sturridge has a period drama mother.
Really?
Yes,
Who?
Phoebe Nichols.
Okay.
If you look her up, you'll have seen her in period dramas, and she was in Downton Abbey as um, Lily James's mother, Lady Rose, and
Okay.
she's just in all these period dramas. And I was like, okay, so this is fitting. Anyways,
Yes, he's part of the period drama
uh-huh,
dynasty lineage.
mm-hmm, yeah. Okay, so we cut to a fire scene. Some stuff's up in smoke, some buildings. Mr. Oak saves the day. We learn it's Bathsheba's farm, and she almost lost her inheritance already. But because Gabriel helped put out this fire, he didn't even know whose farm it belonged to. He's just such a hero. It was such a crazy fate thing that the two of them were brought back together. Of course, their roles have changed a bit. Uh,
Yes, totally. The fire scene was so funny. I actually had to have Liam watch that scene, and I was like, "Can you please tell me how Gabriel just put this fire out right now?" Because like I don't know. Like he was just like freaking going at the roof with the axe, and like somehow it fizzled out. I was like, "Does
That's
this
so
actually
funny.
like make sense?" And Liam was like, "I'm just as confused as you are."
Suspension of disbelief. I just kind of,
Yeah.
that's so funny. Okay, well, yeah, practically, maybe not. That's so funny. Now I want to look back at that scene
Yeah.
and oh my gosh. But I think they're both excited to see one another, and she explains what happened and how she became the mistress of the farm. We're pretty soon after seeing, well, she hires him. Like, why not? Right? She knows what
Yeah,
he,
why not?
why not?
He's good at his job.
Yeah. And she's addressing her farm crew, paying their wages. She lets one of the guys go that she thinks was not doing a good job, so she's really standing her ground here. She clears the air too. She says, "You've a mistress now, not a master." And I love that line. "It is my intention to astonish you all."
Yes,
Wow.
I love that. I love like a good like underdog speech moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I also love that like you can sort of tell by the way the other farmers in the room regard her that there is already a sort of like level of respect there that
Yeah.
she has earned all on her own. Even um uh Joseph, I forget his last name. I believe he's
Mm-hmm.
like one of the like farm hands. He
Mm-hmm.
accidentally calls her sir and like quickly corrects himself to ma'am.
Yeah. That's
But
funny.
yeah, it's clear that she already like commands a level of respect
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, she holds her own. Very impressed with it. And I think Gabriel likes seeing her successful. Like, he's not upset or anything with his
Yeah.
situation. And then she has that little companion, Liddy, who's so cute.
Yes. Love Liddy. Love Jessica Barden.
Mhm.
Um did you watch Dune Prophecy when it came out?
I
I don't know if it
didn't.
was last. Oh my gosh,
I
you would
need
love
to.
it.
Really? Okay, I need to.
Um yeah, I mean the costumes are it's
Oh.
I don't know if you're like familiar with like the Dune world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen the
But it's
movies.
right. It's about the Bene Gesserit and like the formation of the Bene Gesserit. Um, but Jesse Barden plays the lead in the first half of the series. She
Oh.
plays the younger version of Emily Watson's character, and I thought they did such a good job of pairing the two, like the younger and the older versions.
Ooh.
They do look alike. I feel like
Yeah.
copied each other's facial expressions really well. So just from like
I
the
love that.
technical standpoint, I thought they did great. But yeah, I feel like Jessica Barden, she like gives a real powerhouse performance in Dune
Yeah.
Prophecy. She's so good. And she's
I-
so funny in this. I
She's
love
so
all of her like little one-liners and stuff.
funny. Okay, so you've totally convinced me to watch Dune Prophecy because I love it when they get the young and the older actors and they get the mannerisms right and spot on. So
Yes,
I'm excited
they
to see
did a
that.
really good job.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this actress just love the way she speaks. So, what I have seen her in is Penny Dreadful.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the Lobster movie with Colin Farrell.
I've never seen The Lobster, but I
Okay.
need to.
It's a little quirky, it's a little out there, but I just
I
love the
didn't
way she
realize she
talks.
was in that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, but yeah, this actress just so cool. And then this character, Love. So, I mean, Bathsheba needs a friend. So it's great that she has this little companion. She needs someone to help her go to market to sell her grain, right? And this is another one where she has to prove herself, Bathsheba, because she's selling her crops, her grains amongst this, all these other men. And her uncle used to do the same thing, and she's taken over this position. We learned she can barter and she
Oh
can
yeah.
be strong. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that scene where she's like negotiating the price and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like you really like root for her in that moment. You were like, don't take the lower price, like fight for it. And like I also love that scene. It shows, she's done her research. Like
Yeah.
she knows these men. I think she like introduces herself to somebody by name. She knew who they were because her uncle talked about them. And
Yeah.
then also when she's bartering, she goes, "Well, you paid £5 per ounce to like
Hmm.
my uncle when he was alive, so why wouldn't you do the same for me?" Like,
Hmm.
like she's taking this really seriously and she expects other people to take her seriously. And I really love
Yeah.
that.
No, that's a great point. Yeah, it's like, did she go through the books of her
She
uncle that her
must
uncle,
have, yeah.
like, wow. So you really just believe in her and yeah, like you're rooting for her. And then we see our first introduction of another fine gentleman, Mr. Boldwood.
Yes. Mr. Boldwood.
Mr. Boldwood, Michael Sheen. Yeah.
Yes. Another Twilight connection.
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, what has Michael Sheen not been in? Like, I feel like so many roles.
Yes, he's in everything. Like he's for sure. I don't know what the British equivalent of Hollywood is, but he's definitely like a king in that department.
Yeah,
Um,
so good. And
yeah.
I know he was really good as Tony Blair in The Queen. I remember like
Oh,
he looked just like him. Um,
yes.
yeah, so definitely a fan of Michael Sheen and his character is very nuanced. Some of the times you are rooting for Mr. Boldwood, or you feel sorry for Mr. Boldwood, or you're like, go away, Mr. Boldwood. Do you agree with
Oh
that?
my gosh, yes, totally. I mean, it's sort of like it teeters between like yeah, is he giving zaddy energy? I don't know. It kind of teeters between like maybe a Colonel Brandon sort of character, like the
Yes,
the older
yes,
gentleman, right?
yeah.
Because he is very respectful. Like it's clear that he like respects Bathsheba and also like doesn't want her to feel weird about like,
Hmm.
them being neighbors and also like farmers across the way or whatever. Like he wants to be, friendly with her like in his own sort of like
Yeah,
reserved way. But the other side of it is like, and he brings it up too. He's like, "Am I too old for you?" Sorry,
yeah.
I'm jumping ahead to the proposal,
No, that's
but
fine. That's
it
fine.
is a little bit like, is this like creepy uncle energy? Like I can't really tell
Yeah.
yet.
But in fairness, he only really started to think of her in this way because Liddy
Yes, you're
and
right.
Bathsheba, I mean, they
You're
do the
right. They started
Valentine.
it.
They started it. They decide to send a Valentine to him, and I love that scene. I love that scene where they're just like flipping the book as a matter of chance. Like, should we send the Valentine to so and so or so and so? Open. If so, they flip the book, and if it lands open, they'll send it to Boldwood, and if it's closed, they'll send it to the other guy. Like, how cute is that scene?
Yeah, I know. And then it like immediately cuts to him at his desk.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I love when these period dramas have these like old-fashioned traditions or games or superstitions. Something that came to mind was I don't know if you ever saw the Alias Grace miniseries on
No, I
Netflix.
haven't, but it's on my list.
Yeah, it was on my list for forever, and I finally watched it on the plane once. Um, but one of them is like you peel an apple and then you throw the apple peel over your shoulder, and then whatever letter it looks like is the name of the person you're gonna marry.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So, yeah,
That's so interesting, like from like a historical standpoint,
yeah.
like the little like isms and traditions they had back then.
hmm In the movie Emily, which we're planning to cover on the podcast, there's a Valentine little scene. So it's very much a thing, and it can be taken as a prank. It can be taken as a true interest, romantic interest. And so it's clear that it was just a lighthearted thing between, you know, a little game between Liddy and Bathsheba, but Mr. Boldwood takes it very seriously.
Yes, he does. And you're just like, "Ah, can you really blame him, you know? But yeah. Oh, and then like the confrontation scene is so,
Oh gosh,
oh, it's so
it
cringy. But
is.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
poor
Yeah,
Mr. Baldwin.
poor Mr. Boldwood. And Gabriel scolds her. This is the first time we've seen Gabriel like
Yes, you're right.
right?
Yeah.
He's like that wasn't cool.
Which also it makes sense after watching the deleted scene
hmm
that we both watched on YouTube
hmm
where Mr. Baldwin approaches Gabriel and is like, "Do you recognize this person's handwriting?" And Gabriel reveals to Mr. Baldwin that it's actually
Yeah.
Miss Everdene's handwriting. But that I feel like the scene where he chastises Bathsheba makes so much more sense because he
Yes.
saw it firsthand. Like there's no, he
Yeah.
says rumors, but then he saw with his own eyes what
Yeah.
had happened. So yeah,
Very good point. Yeah, I think that scene it would have been okay to keep in the movie, just for
yeah,
full context. Because
right.
how does he know? Um, I did skip one scene where we had a little breakaway from Bathsheba's life to Tom Sturridge in church waiting for his bride. He's about to get married to Juno Temple's character, Fanny, who's making her way through town with a little flower crown and a little bouquet. She looks so sweet. She opens the door to the church, and it's another couple getting married. And then it cuts to Sergeant Troy being like, "Where's my bride? I'm waiting." And there was a mix up of the
Yeah,
churches. And
yeah.
that's pretty devastating.
I feel like this is like a classic. Like if this were to be in a Jane Austen book or movie, this would be like the flashback scene where there was like a
Ooh.
terrible misunderstanding.
Yep.
And like, okay, I think the British are just terrible at communication. Like so
I think
many
so.
misunderstandings. Like, how do
Oh
you
my
not even
gosh.
like clarify where you're gonna meet to get married? And also like why doesn't he go and find her after she doesn't show up?
Yeah.
Isn't he curious why she didn't show up? And like, also, where is she? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That
Like, what if
doesn't, the
she
math
had?
doesn't math for me.
No, I get that. I feel like he's such a proud, you know, like his pride, he thinks that
Mm,
he was jilted. And so his reaction is more like rage versus like trying to figure it out. And he just goes back off to the regiment or something
yeah.
and is just like, I don't even want to know. I've written her off. That's my understanding, interpretation. Meanwhile, it was just a silly misunderstanding, All Souls versus All Saints or something.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
And poor Fanny.
Yes,
Oh my
poor
gosh.
Fanny. Yeah. Oh, her stomach must have dropped, like opening the doors and like realizing her mistake.
So sad.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And then they just kind of we kind of leave that scene behind for a little bit. We get more interactions between uh, our love triangle at the moment, which is Gabriel, Bathsheba, and Mr. Boldwood. You see Bathsheba getting her hands dirty, cleaning the sheep with Gabriel, and they're so cute together, of course.
I love
Um,
that scene. Yeah. I love how he like dares her. He's like, won't you lend us a hand? And she like looks at him because here's the thing, right? He's seen her like roll up her
Yeah.
sleeves and do the hard work. So he knows she's capable. It's almost like he's like baiting her a little bit, like maybe like flirting with her a little bit.
Hmm.
Because she like looks at him and she's like, "You don't think I will? Like I will." And she like gets in there. And I almost wonder if like that he was like creating an opportunity for her to like prove herself
Yeah.
in front of
Oh,
like her
yeah.
farmers. Like he was like creating this,
I love
this,
that.
yeah, I love that too, because he's like really like raising her up, but like also letting her do it by her own merit.
That's perfect. I think that's exactly what he was doing, and I didn't put two and two together before. Yeah, he created that. Yeah. And it's so natural. I mean, the two of them are so natural
Yes.
together. They're
Yeah.
so comfortable talking with each other, whether it's scolding or challenging or whatnot. But I mean, for them to be so close, you're just like, why don't you just see what's in front of you?
I know, I know.
Gosh. Um, so yeah, you had mentioned like so Mr. Baldwin drops by, they go to his house and he proposes, so she gets her second proposal. I love her costume here. Do you remember
Ooh,
this
yes,
one?
the gingham,
Gingham.
so good.
And it's like I was looking at it, I was trying to look at it closely this time, and it was black and white, but also some blue.
Oh, okay.
Light. It was almost like a
Oh,
French blue. It was this pretty color. She's got her straw hat and the silhouette. I mean, come on.
I love that she like cleaned herself up to like go to this guy's house.
Yeah, yeah.
She was like, okay, we need to like talk business, be professional.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
she did think it was more business because, yeah, that's a good point. Because they're neighboring farms.
Right, yeah. But I do
And
love, I don't know if you noticed this too, but when he proposes to her, he like also lists like all of his assets. And
yeah,
he like also offers her a piano, which
yep.
Gabriel also offers. And I hadn't seen this movie in like a couple months, and I could have sworn her response was, "Why do all these men keep offering me pianos?" Like I don't know, for some reason in my head, like I like invented that line for her.
Well, but that's so funny. But no, she does say something about the piano. Does she say like, she says, I already have one.
Yes, that's what she says. I already have a
Yeah,
piano and I
that's so
have my
funny.
own farm. And I just think that's like the perfect comeback where when like this guy's asking her like why are you saying no? Well, I have
Well,
all the things that you're offering me.
yeah, she's she's just like, yeah, I don't need a husband right now. But she does respect this guy. Like he's a true gentleman. She kind of did the Valentine thing. I'm sure she feels a bit guilty. Um,
Yes, for sure. I would.
oh gosh, I would
Yeah.
too. But what's funny is, so she leaves him. Her reaction is to go to Gabriel and
Yes. Messy, messy, messy.
truly though, because he's working late at night or early, I can't, I think it's late at night, and he's sharpening his knives. They have a little bit of a ghost pottery moment. You know what I
Oh my gosh, wait, that's so
mean?
true. It is a total pottery moment.
Because she gets to sharpen the knives and he's behind her, kind of helping her, and I'm like, okay, this is really flirty. But then they start kind of bickering at each other a little bit, back and forth,
Yeah.
banter. He scolds her for the prank, maybe at this point. You know, she even fires him.
Yes, which is like I feel like that was probably like I don't
Yeah,
know, impulsive or compulsive of her. I don't think she actually meant it. I think
I don't think so either. Yeah.
she was like, "What is my shepherd doing telling me what to do and how to conduct my personal affairs? You're fired." Like in the moment. But he called her bluff. He was like, "All right, I'm out of here." Like, and honestly, I really respected him in that moment because she asked him for his opinion and he gave it to
Uh-huh.
her and she still was like, "All right, leave."
Yeah, and I
So,
think the icing on the cake too is he calls her Bathsheba because he's probably used to using her first name, and she's
ooh,
like
yes.
Mrs. Everdene or Miss Everdene.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, you're so right. Yeah.
oh my gosh, these two. And so he leaves. He actually leaves, and nature kind of throws another, something their way because the poor sheep, they ate all the young clover, I guess, and made their
Yes.
stomachs swell. Like, who knew this was
Yes.
a thing? Maybe you did, because you're a
Have you seen, little segue here, have you seen the short film Six Shooter by Martin McDonough? It
No.
was like his first film. It has the narrative centers around this bloated cow that needs to be punctured to
No
save it. I
way.
think it ends up blowing up. But anyways, my
Okay.
Liam and I make jokes about like when I'm bloated. He's like, do you like the cow in six shooter? But like this is like a similar thing.
Oh my gosh, I need to. This is so
Yeah.
funny. So
It is
you,
like it's a thing, it's a
it's a
real thing, which is
thing.
like crazy to think about. But yeah, it's like the only way to save your livestock sometimes. You gotta
Who
put a hole in
knew?
their side, yeah.
Wow. Some people know about this trick, and um, the shepherds, some of the farmhands know that there's only one man here that can do the
Yep.
job. Oh,
Yep.
whoops, just fired him. So this is also just a fun favorite scene because she's like, damn it. So she has to go get Gabriel back. She sends someone else.
Yes.
Nope, he's not going to do it until she
Yes.
crawls back to him
Yep.
and clearly like apologizes um and then she's like, I won't do it. And then he's like, he said you'd say that. And he sent the message, beggars can't be choosers.
I love that bit when Joseph says he said you would say that. Like it's so
Yeah.
clear that Gabriel knows Bathsheba, like they know each other like intimately
Uh-huh.
as people and as like personalities. And it's like, I don't know, I just love that it was so funny. And
Love
I
that.
also do love that like he stands up for himself, I feel like you really respect him in the way where like he will come no matter what. Like he will be
Uh-huh.
by Bathsheba's side and like have her back. But he's not gonna, it's like a two-way street, that kind of like respect and loyalty. And I think he like really commands her respect and she probably like thinks more of him for it. So I
Yeah.
thought that was like an important sort of like shift in their dynamic to like
Uh-huh.
include. Yeah.
No, it's such a great scene. And then she has to swallow her pride of it, realize that she was wrong for firing him, even if it was impulsive. I think you're right. She goes to get him on her horse, and she says the lines that come out of her mouth, please don't desert me, Gabriel. It's so like, help.
Yeah. Help me,
Help.
please.
And he's not gonna be able to say no to that. Like
Oh
he
no.
loves her so
Yeah,
much.
he
He
melts
he
immediately.
melts, he melts, exactly. And they ride on the horse together back to her farm. That's pretty intimate too.
Oh, yes. And I love like she's got her arms around his waist and she's like kind of smiling to herself.
Come on.
Because you're in love, girl. Just admit
Come
it.
on. I mean, yeah, no. Because all of the glances he gives her throughout this movie, it's like swoon.
Yes, agree.
Oh,
Oof.
oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
he's so good. Perfect casting.
Perfect casting. And she's in this dark blue with some like white little details, like maybe like a floral print or like sprigs of vines or something.
Yes.
This is when I think of her in this movie, I think of this royal
Oh my
blue
gosh.
costume.
Me too. This is by and far my favorite
Hmm.
costume that she wears. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
almost like a paisley print. I looked closer.
Maybe.
It's not an actual paisley, but it's got that like
Yeah, yeah,
vibe. It's like
yeah.
very like folk arty.
Oh yeah.
So pretty
Is
on
it kind of like
her.
bandana kind of print,
Yes,
maybe?
exactly. Yeah.
You're right. It
Yeah.
wasn't floral at all. It was like, yeah, the bandana. And I think she may have worn it. She sometimes reuses the clothing
Yes,
too.
because this was what she was wearing when she was hanging out with Gabriel in the very beginning when she's like watching him train New George and she's like propped up against the shepherd's head, like watching that's the costume that she
Yeah.
wears. Yeah,
Yeah, which is very practical and realistic, and I love that.
agree,
Oh my
agree.
gosh. And she just has to let Gabriel do his thing and fix this sheep problem, puncturing, and it's like, oh my gosh. And Liddy's funny in this scene too. She's kind of like, oh my God.
Yeah, I love Liddy.
Oh my
I feel
Lord.
like she's like the like the comedic relief. But like I
Hmm.
don't even know if like no, it's probably intentional. She's just like so funny as a person. Like her
She
like delivery of
is.
everything is just
I
like
love it.
yeah, she
I
makes the
love it.
movie.
I
Yeah.
love her. Yeah, no, I agree. Um, Then they have this lovely dinner, this feast, and I feel like it's in celebration of the fact that they didn't lose their farm and they didn't lose the sheep. She's like, "Okay, guys, let's party it up because this
Yeah.
was a this was a close call." And it's a beautiful, it almost looks like a wedding, like one of those rustic weddings nowadays kind
Yes,
of vibe.
agree.
And they're taking turns singing. And Carey Mulligan, who we know can sing, who married a singer from the Mumford Sons, gets
Yep,
up there.
yep.
You know what
So
I'm talking about?
glad you mentioned that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. She gets up there and sings, and she has such a beautiful, crystal clear voice. It's like simple and sweet. And I love this song.
Yes, me too.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah.
love it.
Have you seen Inside Llewyn Davis? She has a
I
singing
have.
part in that.
Yes,
And I
yes.
remember reading in the IMDb trivia that she had said that she was so nervous to sing live that she like I think she almost got sick. She has the most beautiful voice,
Hmm.
and like I'm so glad she got another opportunity to
Yeah,
sing on film because yeah, oh, she was so good in this. You're right, she
yeah,
has like a clear voice.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's perfect for this time period when to be an accomplished woman, you learned how to play the piano, you learned how to sing,
Yes.
and she plays the piano a bit. I think everyone's just like in love with her, even all the
Yeah.
farmhands probably at
Yeah.
this at this time. Mr. Boldwood walks in and he like uproots Gabriel from his place at the table because he's now not the senior most man. So they have to like do a little switcheroo. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did. And I think Gabriel actually like initiates it. He
Yeah.
like stands up immediately and like nods sort of like deferentially
Hmm.
to Mr. Baldwin, which again, like he was being deferential, but you still feel so much respect for this
Oh,
man who like shows so much respect for others,
yeah.
right? I think that's so swoon-worthy.
It really is. Like he's humble, he
Yes,
knows
humble.
what's yeah, he knows he's gracious about it. I think
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
There's a respect there between these two men and we'll see that even grow further. Um and then we're about to see a not so respectable man come into the picture, come into Bathsheba's
Oof,
life. Oh boy.
oof.
So Frank, he's I guess out of the regiment, out of the army, out of whatever it's called.
Yeah, what is he doing? Like wandering the woods? Very confused about that
I
personally.
know. I'll have to go back to the book. I have it here. I didn't get time to revisit it before this. I read it. Um, maybe I think I read the book before the movie, and sometimes I do it the other way around.
Oh, you have read
Um,
the book. Oh, cool.
yeah, I think I read it back in like 2016 or 2017, and then I watched the movie after.
Oh, nice.
But I didn't get a chance to like revisit it to see like how, you know, spot on they were. But I think it was pretty spot on, like the screenplay. But anyways, where was I going with this?
We meet Frank Troy in the woods.
Yes. Oh yeah, so why was he in the woods? We don't know. But he and Bathsheba cross paths, their paths cross, and their clothes get hitched, and they have a bit of an interaction and he's very bold and upfront. He's like, I've never
Yes.
seen a face as beautiful as yours. Like, gross.
Very forward. Yeah.
But she's kind of smitten with him.
I know, and it's like I feel like again, like he like toes the line of like being like swoon-worthy and like kind of creepy both at once, especially in this scene where
Yeah.
you're like, okay, meeting a strange man in the woods is personally like my greatest nightmare. Like that sounds really scary to me.
Yeah.
Um, but I think she feels like she's like in her power a little bit because this is like her land. She knows it in and out. Um, that's the only reason I can like account for her not like screaming bloody murder and like trying to run
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, like maybe, well, she had just left Boldwood's side, if I'm not mistaken, from the party. He was like,
Oh,
Should I walk you
yes.
back? And she's like, No, this is my farm, this is my land. I think she said something maybe. So maybe she knows like if she yelled loud enough, Boldwood would run over
Mm,
there. I don't know.
that's true. That's true.
Maybe.
No, that does make sense. Yeah.
She's also just very brave and confident, whereas I definitely wouldn't be in the woods. Um,
No, definitely not. Are you kidding me? At night?
oh my gosh. And they have this interaction. He shows up at her farm the next day working, and you're like, what the heck? You can just do that? And she asks Liddy, who is this guy? Liddy says he's of noble birth, well educated, but threw it all away to be a soldier. And
I love the way Letty delivers that line. It's like she's like like a wizened storyteller. She's like noble blood, full of promise. I
yes, you're
just love
right.
the way she says that.
No, you're right. No, oh my gosh. She's great.
Yeah.
I wish I had a Liddy like companion. Like she's oh my gosh, she's so funny. And now she's in this light pink gingham outfit.
Yes.
And I think
Ooh,
in
that's interesting.
yeah.
Okay, yes, go on. That's an interesting
Okay.
shift.
Yeah, so love to analyze costume colors
Yeah.
because she's been in these bold colors. I think that when she met Sergeant Troy in the woods, she became a little more vulnerable and she maybe is like
Mm.
aware of it or she just feels a little not herself. She knows she was smitten with this guy, which is not her. She even says it at one point, like, I'm not the girl that loses her head over a man in red. I almost feel like she woke up that day and she was like maybe thinking about him and she like put on a light pink
Oh my
outfit.
gosh, Carly, that is an excellent analysis.
I don't,
I totally see it. Yeah.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
think her two previous suitors, they've been older men, right? Like men who
Mm,
are maybe a little more like, I don't know, like experienced in the world than she is. I feel like, especially in the first couple of scenes, as swoon-worthy as we find Matthias Schooner, it's Gabriel is sort of like a father figure almost, like,
yeah, or Big
and
Brother, yeah.
Big Brother, yes, exactly. Big Brother vibes. And then like obviously Mr. Baldwin is very much dad vibes. And I feel like Tom Sturridge's character is
Yeah.
sort of this like it's her first like
Yeah,
youthful love, like
crush,
yes, crush energy.
crush
So
energy.
I think yeah, your analysis with the pink costuming is spot on.
And the thing is, she might be exhausted. She has been playing this role of being the mistress of a farm, independent woman, and maybe she's just like wanting to get in touch with her softer side a little bit, like play like
True,
the
yeah.
little, feminine, you know, easy to easy to persuade. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you
Yes,
know what I'm
no, no,
saying.
no. I know what you're saying. Yeah, she's got layers,
She
She contains
does.
multitudes.
She does.
She can be like the strong boss lady and also the like, I want to dress in light pink today.
you know? But she still tries to be like, you've got to get off of my farm. But she kind of brings him off to the side, which is a little fishy. She
Yeah.
like takes him, come over here, follow me. And then she's like, you have to leave. And he's immediately like, what angers you? What I said or the way I said it? Maybe about like her being beautiful or something. She admits that she's not been kissed before, which is like, you're giving him all this ammunition
Yes.
here.
And you can tell she like catches herself and she's like, wait, why did I just admit that to this like
Yeah.
complete stranger who like knows exactly what he's
He
doing?
does. He is suave. So he says, meet me at the hollow in the ferns the next day.
Very
Um,
romantic.
Very romantic. How is she going to be able to resist this? She cannot.
Yes, exactly.
We see her in her bedroom playing with her hair, which is kind of like a girly, like, I'm in love
Yes. Yeah.
thing. I love it when she wears her hair like pulled back in the long braid.
Oh, yes, me too.
So pretty. She wears a light blue, so I was noticing she continues with the lighter color theme, but it's a lighter blue, maybe even a little hint of purple in this next scene when she goes to meet him.
Hmm.
And again, I think it is a softer side of her. And this is an interesting scene. Do you want to take us through this one?
Yes, it really is. So she's like, wow, okay, beautiful cinematography in this scene, like really swoon-worthy camera work. But yeah, she's like walking through the woods. Her hair is down around her shoulders. I don't think we've ever seen her hair down like that previously. Like it's always been in a braid, it's always been up.
Hmm. Oh
So
yeah,
this
yeah,
is the
yeah.
most like youthful, we've ever seen her.
Yeah.
And she's got like a ribbon in her hair. She's like walking through the woods. The sunlight is coming in through the trees, and there he is in the middle of the woods. It's again
Oh
like,
my
kind of creepy,
gosh.
but in his
He like
scarlet
turns.
uniform. Yes, and he turned. Okay, again, like it's like teetering between like horror movie and like most romantic scene of the film.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I really love the way they shot this scene. Like they shot it, I'm assuming, on like very long lenses, so you've got that like shallow depth of focus, like very yummy. The background is blurry, and the light is coming in like dappled on Carey
Hmm.
Mulligan's face. It's like it's a very dreamy scene,
Yeah.
almost feverish in a way. Like you're like,
Ooh.
ooh, is this like it's like a different look to anything else in the scene
Mhm.
before or after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so true. Usually we're seeing the sun too, and this is like, yeah, a little dark little haven in the woods or a hollow, I guess they call it. Yeah, no, you were so right about her hair being down. It makes her look younger. I thought that too.
Hmm.
Um, and he wants to do a little swordplay, little showcase for her. How funny. I kind of laugh at this. Like,
Yes, 100%. It's like so ridiculous and like corny, but maybe that was the point. I don't know.
I would be cracking up if some guy did this to me. Like, no. Oh my gosh. He's
Yeah,
taking
it's
him.
just like such a show of like male aggression. Like he's like really like showing off and like putting it on. And I personally
Unbelievable.
find that sort of I don't know what you would call it, like that like show of
Uh-huh.
bravado, like very off-putting.
Oh
But
yeah.
she's in it. She is like sucked in. She's like, yes, yes,
I
let me
know.
experience this.
Yeah, yeah, because she is kind of experiencing whatever he's giving her, which is like this little show. He's like, "Do you trust me? This is a blunt sword." Does his little slicing, da 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 da, and then slices off a piece of her hair, and she's like, "Wait a second, you said that I could trust that you would not harm me, and that was a blunt sword. What the hell?"
Yeah,
Um, and
totally.
she's like, then she's kind of like, "Damn, I should have been scared." And then he says that he's going to take a kiss from her, which I thought was interesting. Like it's
Yeah.
very forward,
Yes.
borderline, maybe non-consensual, but she does I mean, she goes for it too, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Oh, totally. I totally agree. It's like it is very like forceful. It's like, that sort of traditional like masculine sort of
Hmm.
like aggression. And I almost wonder if, like they say everyone loves a bad boy, like he is this kind of like bad boy trope, right? Like Gabriel and to a lesser extent Mr. Baldwin, they are sort of not, I don't think passive is the right word, but they're very reserved,
Reserved.
very
In control of their
they
emotions.
yes, and they like let her take the lead in the relationship, right? And here comes this like swashbuckling, like bad boy, like in his soldier's uniform. And I think she's like caught up in it, right? She's like
She is.
thrilled by
She
it.
is.
He's
Yeah.
giving her this sort of like heart racing feeling and experience that she has not ever felt like with a man before. And so, like maybe we'll cut her some slack because she's
Yeah.
experiencing all these things for the first time.
No, it's true. And when he leaves her, he does it quite abruptly. He kisses her and then leaves her, and she's kind of shaking
Yeah.
or like just a little like unsteady, which we've
Yeah.
never seen her.
Well, there's there's something that
Oh
happens
yeah, yeah, yeah.
after the kiss and before he leaves, which you're just like, whoa, okay, he went
Whoa.
there.
Did they do that? I mean, I guess. Back then?
Oh my gosh, wait, a funny bit of IMDb trivia for you.
Okay.
Apparently the director he called that a Danish handshake.
Oh,
Yes, true
okay.
story. And then he also
Oh.
said, if this movie had been Danish, we would have done a lot more.
That's so funny. Because
Yeah.
yeah, he's Danish himself, the director. That's so
Yep.
funny. Okay, I'm glad they didn't go there because it still was like a level of risqueness that I think
Yes.
leaves Bathsheba
Yeah.
shook a little bit and um, maybe feeling less in control of herself. and her emotions. But okay, interesting. And I'm like,
No, I
okay,
agree with you. I'm glad that they didn't take it any further because I feel like at that point it would have been like almost a little unbelievable, you know?
yeah.
Um, but
Yes, yeah.
yeah.
Right. So he did, he really tried something here. He walks off. She's like, okay, I'm sold now. She's pretty gung ho for him now. Gabriel again challenges her like, you should have nothing to do with him. He is not a
Yeah.
decent man. There are rumors. Because she's like, I don't believe the rumors. And it's like, come on, girl. Um, and he says, I believe him to have no conscience at all because he at this point knows something that Bathsheba doesn't know. Fanny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Also, classic like Jane Austen-esque moment of
Yes.
like withheld information and
Yes.
misunderstanding because I almost feel like maybe it would have been in fact it would have been improper for him to like divulge all of this information about this
Yeah.
woman who had previously been under the care, supervision, employment of her uncle, right? So
Right.
there is that like
Right.
professionalism aspect of it. But yeah, if he had told her, I do think Bathsheba would have a different opinion. Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, either that or she would like be like, "Oh, but they're not married. There's no proof." I mean, who knows how far gone she was.
Yeah.
But no, but there could have other people could have supported this truth, but yeah. Anywho,
Yeah.
she's oh yeah, get rid of him, he says, and she says, "What's it to you?" And then we get a very heartfelt moment from Gabriel. I'm not such a fool as to believe I might stand a chance now that you are so far above me, but don't suppose I'm content to stay a nobody all my life. One day I'll leave you, but for now I care too much to see you go to ruin because of him. So if you don't mind, for now I'll stay by your side. And it's like, so sweet.
Yeah. I
Like
love
he's
that.
very unselfish. He just like he just wants to be around her, I guess, and like be
Yeah.
that person to that shoulder to cry on, that person to lean on if he's needed. But he doesn't expect anything from her.
Yes, and you know what? You're so right about that. Like there aren't any expectations and as much as like he loves and cares for her and like warns her um about Frank, he lets her make her own decisions. And I
True.
think that's like really important. It's like he gives her the agency to like
Yeah.
follow her heart and do what she wants rather than him like, forcing information onto
Yeah.
her that might sway her to a decision
Right.
that would
Because,
be beneficial to him, possibly.
right. That's so true. And like, because she could have taken his advice and run with it and like gone to do her own digging, her own research. But she ignores it anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. No, you're right. She writes Boldwood to let him know, like, hey, just so you know, I've had a change of heart. Because she had never committed to him. She had never given him a promise, but there
Yes.
was a bit of leading on in a sense with Boldwood. Um, and she's like, at least she let him know. But
Yeah.
um, she goes
But it
and
was cold, man. It
it
was
was
a
cold.
cold letter.
It was a bit cold. Ugh,
But no, she was clear with him, very
clear.
direct, which I think is like the best thing she could have done
Yeah.
for Mr. Boldwood, just as he has been sort of like let on a little bit and
Yeah.
clearly harbors like deep affection for her.
Oh yeah. He's like
Yeah.
hanging around at this point. He's friends with Gabriel at this point.
Yeah. Interesting bromance going on there. Like
Yeah.
they know the other,
Yeah.
like they know the vibes, but yeah.
That is it's curious. But
Yeah.
she essentially elopes. She runs off. I mean, you know, it's not like she's, running away from anyone, but she does go off with him with Sergeant Frank Troy. I
Yep.
love her navy jacket. I can't tell if it's black or navy. Do you know what I'm talking about that?
Yes, it registered to me as Navy, but I know
Navy.
the outfit you're talking about, yeah.
And I've seen it in one other period drama. There's a Howard's End miniseries with Haley Atwell, and Haley Atwell wears
Okay.
it. And in that, it looks more black. So that's why I'm kind of, it's the same. I'm pretty sure it's the
Oh.
same jacket, but it's one light sense of lighting. It looks navy, one black. Anyways, silly.
Okay,
But
Carly, I love your costume recycling posts. I don't know if that's the correct term for
yeah.
that. But like I love that stuff. Like I love, in Pride and Prejudice 2005, Jane Bennett's huge straw hat. I've seen that so many times in other period films, and I love recognizing it. Like I love
Oh,
that sort of like trivia, like being able to
yeah.
recognize a costume from one period piece to another. Yeah, I want
Oh,
you to know I
that's so
really
cool.
love those posts.
Oh, good. Well, now I need to go look at that one. I'm like trying to think of what else it's been in. And then what is it? Carey Mulligan wears a pink frock in as Kitty Bennett, and that shows up in Becoming Jane. So yeah, there's always these
Oh,
connections,
okay, yeah.
and it's so fun. And yeah, there's that could be a whole other podcast episode, but
Ooh, that would be fun. I guess
hmm.
it would have to maybe be like a visual element to it.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, but
we'll
okay,
see.
something to think about.
Something to think about. So they get married pretty quick and easy. They consummate the marriage. And she's probably like, what did I get myself into? Especially when they're at the wedding party at her farm. She's like, really,
Oh,
what did
yeah.
I get myself into? Because she has a nice little dance where they're kind of cute and everyone's lively, having a good time. She's wearing a polka dot dress now, which is kind of fun. Yeah.
Yes.
And but then I really don't like his actions after that. So
Ooh,
he's
yeah. So
oh,
icky.
he's so icky. First off, he kind of usurps or he takes the stage and center stage and he's like, I had the good fortune of meeting this angel and now I stand before you as your new master. Like, excuse
Yeah,
me?
total
No,
power play. Like, excuse you.
no. It's her money, her farm.
Yeah.
Um, and then he gets the guys drunk.
And then they start singing that like vulgar song. And did you notice Liddy's jaw dropping? She was like, I
Yeah,
cannot believe you're singing about these things right now. And then all the women leave, and you're just like,
believe, yeah.
and it's it's kind of sad. Like I feel like for Bathsheba, the rose-colored glasses fall off real fast.
Oh, so
Like less
fast.
than 24 hours, she's like, what have I done? You know? And it's kind of a heartbreaking moment where you're like, man, you didn't even get the honeymoon stage where you're like in love and
Right?
infatuated. It just goes straight from like, all right, he secured the bag, he like married the heiress farmer or whatever, and now
Oh
there's
my
like no effort
gosh.
on his part to
Yeah.
make it work and like make her
No,
happy. Like it's just, yeah,
gone. I mean, his motives were clear at that point. She's still
yeah,
probably in denial a little bit, but she definitely sees now
yeah,
that he's not great.
yeah,
And especially when Gabriel comes in to warn them of the storm,
yes,
Bathsheba knows he's right. She knows. And yet Sergeant Troy foolishly is like gonna ignore Gabriel, gets everyone drunk, and yeah, they're singing the shant they're almost like sea shanties or something like
yes, yes,
that.
totally.
Um, and Gabriel's acting alone to save the harvest. He's out there. He's doing all that he can. Again, being the hero. She joins him, which is very
Yeah,
telling.
yeah.
Very telling.
And I think that is like that was the last straw, I think, for her, is because like, she has these sort of like confusing romantic entanglements. That's like her personal life, right? But her farm is like her livelihood, it's her passion.
Yeah.
She cares very deeply about it. So the fact that like her new husband just like totally writes off Gabriel, and like it's so clear to the audience and to her that the farm is not his priority and he won't care about it as deeply as she does. I think for her that's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everything is clear now, you know?
Yeah. You're right. She's like,
Yeah.
and she gets up on that bale of hay and is
Yeah, good for
whatever.
her. Yeah.
She almost has a little fall and he catches. I mean, this is just I mean, what you wouldn't expect anything else from these
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
Another shared memory of them, they have all these great moments and they do enough to save the harvest. She has a little confession to him, like, because she knows what he's thinking.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
knows. And she's like,
Yeah.
I've always had contempt for silly girls dazzled by flattery and scarlet in a scarlet uniform. Um, I swore what I'd never do. And she says, he told me about another woman. So she does
You're
know.
right. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
She does know. But she married him anyways. She thanks Gabriel. She's always thankful, and appreciative of him, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Um, Boldwood drops by the next day, a little
Oof.
off his rocker.
Yeah.
Like you start to see him just come unglued a bit.
Yes. And I think this, honestly, I am kind of like, I don't know how it plays in the books, but you see him, he's so rattled and like clearly sort of like having some kind of like breakdown, like emotionally, um, which, they kind of like set up the building blocks, I think, for what happens at the
Yes.
end, which we'll
Yeah.
get to. But yeah, it's clear that he's like going through something right now, and this kind of like triggered it.
Oh yeah, he's acting very strange. And Gabriel says, "You look unwell."
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, being very kind to Boldwood. Like he respects Boldwood enough and he's like, "You don't look good, go home."
Yeah.
Troy is so useless. There's another scene of him and you know what I'm talking about? Wow.
Yes.
He can do nothing. He does nothing.
Yes, I am so. It's such a funny scene. Like that
It
little cut is
is.
so funny. I'm so glad they included it because it tells you everything you need to know about Frank Troy without saying a word, Like his like little like fencing thing that he does, and then he like goes and like chases after the geese, like he like chases them out of the farmyard, and you're just like, oh no,
He's useless.
Bathsheba's married a man child. Like this
Man-child,
is a
yes.
problem. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Gabriel will work his ass off to
Yes.
save the farm multiple times, and this guy's just like, oh my gosh, scaring away the poor flock of geese. It's just so
Yeah. Oh
dumb.
my.
We soon see he has a gambling problem. He's at a carnival, betting, losing money, and he spots his old love, his first love, Fanny,
Yes.
begging in a cape, and it's so sad to see her in that state.
Dude, heartbreaking. Like actually devastating.
She's pregnant.
Yep. With his child.
Yeah. And they talk. She clarifies that she went to the wrong church. Like he still didn't know that, which is
Yeah.
interesting. Again, he could have tried to find her, but whatever.
Yes. Agree.
Agreed. He does look sincere when he's like, I want to help you, meet me at the
Yeah.
bridge.
Yeah.
Um, I do think he loved her.
Oh, for sure. And I think that's his like one redeeming quality is that he like
Yeah.
truly loved Fanny. And
Yeah.
I think when he saw the state that she was in and the misunderstanding and like I think he like deeply regretted not going after her, not figuring out what had happened. He
Yeah.
like you can see the like regret in his eyes and like he clearly feels really, really sorry that this all happened the way it did.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's true. That's true. But then Bathsheba, he just starts ordering around like a dog.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. That was hard to watch. Like when he grabs her arm, I was like, "Whoa."
whoa.
Very
Yeah.
aggressive, very unnecessary.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
really bad the way he manhandles her. And
Yeah.
then poor Fanny, she sleeps in the woods. She's trying to get to that bridge where she's supposed to meet him. Troy asks, I call him Troy sometimes in my notes. Frank wants to get money from Bathsheba to help Fanny. And those lines that he says, like, I work for it, don't I? Like, no, you don't.
Yeah, I love the way she goes, "What are you talking about? You do not work for money." Um,
Delusional.
yeah. Also, that I feel like that scene was also like such a great sort of like indicator of his character. Like he's like asking his wife for money, and like
Pathetic.
clearly has been like up all yes, it's like so like it's just like icky and like you can't even feel bad for him because he's so rude to her, Like she doesn't
Right.
deserve that.
She doesn't deserve that. No.
Yeah.
And then Fanny didn't deserve what happened to her because he
Yeah.
goes to wait on the bridge. So again, you're kind of back to the like he's there. He would be there for Fanny
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
circumstances, were a little different. A cart
Yeah.
passes by, he doesn't see
Oh,
it, but we see
yeah.
it. And there's
Oh
the
man.
casket.
It's so sad.
It's so sad. We just saw her a few moments ago.
Yeah.
Um, and there's chalk written on the casket, Fanny Robin and child.
Yeah.
Gabriel, a little bit half-assed wipes
Yeah.
it away.
But you're so right. It was half-assed. Totally. Like he didn't actually make that much of an effort.
You can just read it. But
So I'm curious, what
then,
do you think? What
yeah.
was your take on that? Like, who was that for? Do you think he was trying to protect Bathsheba from that information? Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I read that as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm wondering if maybe he couldn't wipe it off very well. And so he even put the flower bouquet up on the
Right.
name a little bit to cover that
Right.
up. I think he's doing what he can to spare Bathsheba from seeing that. Of
Yeah.
course, it's kind of in vain. She
Yeah.
sees it. She knows the rumors and she pops open that casket.
Ooh, yeah. Another like moment where I was like, "Oh, okay, we're going there."
I guess she just is like, I got to know the truth.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I guess it was such a recent event. Maybe it wasn't as creepy. Maybe, and then comes in Frank. He sees it. He's lost it. He's very upset by
Yeah.
this. Yeah. I mean, this changes him. But he's of course has a little bit of time to be rude to Bathsheba again
Yeah.
because
He always finds just like the right thing to say,
yeah,
Because your wife definitely wants to hear that he will never love her as
I
much as
know.
this, that's just great. That's great of him.
Yeah, like, and do you really think that's going to help you in
Yeah.
your campaigning for money here, dude? Like, come on. Unbelievable. But he just walks out. He leaves in his soldier's uniform, goes to the ocean, leaves his uniform on the ground, on the sand, swims out, and we believe that he is drowned.
Yes. Yep.
And yeah, we're kind of like good.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was gonna say, is it
Is it
terrible that I was
bad?
like, oh, thank God. Like,
No, I think we're supposed to feel that way, hopefully.
he's just
Um,
such a like despicable character,
he
Like,
is. And I
yeah.
guess he's a good actor because you do really feel that way.
Yes,
Um,
true.
in the movie that I saw, The Widow Clicquot, um,
Okay.
I liked it because I like all period dramas, as you know. Like I don't think it's like the highest well-rated one, but he plays kind of an unhinged husband, but he's sweeter, but he kind of loses it. And he's good.
Okay.
He's a good actor. He is a good actor.
Yeah, yeah.
But anywho, so
I think it's the same, like, you really despise, like, Mr. Wickham, and,
yeah.
like, Mr. Willoughby, because, like, they just play that, like, rakish character,
Yes.
sort of that you, like, love to hate, where you're like, thank God, I don't know somebody likes this.
Yeah. And Mr. Boldwood is overjoyed. Did you notice that?
He wastes no time.
Gosh, but he's kind of like thinking ahead, like, it would be great if our farms were more connected. And,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know
uh,
what's going on.
and he wants Gabriel to manage both farms, which is cute. He does like Gabriel.
Yeah.
Oh, and he goes and gets George, the dog.
Oh, yeah, that was actually really sweet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, point for Boldwood.
Yes, agree. Yeah.
Maybe
And
he's
I
like,
love,
uh,
sorry, go, go, go.
I was like, maybe he's like, I'm gonna get Bathsheba, but I'll give you the dog. I'll get you a dog. I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
I don't
Wait,
know.
I'm dead. That's so true.
Like maybe that was his thinking because he
Uh,
kind of knows Gabriel's got this thing for her.
yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, the way he looks at her,
Yeah,
could not mistake. But I love that they like included a little moment with like Gabriel and old George, like them like playing and running around together. I thought that was so sweet because like I feel like that's the first sort of like unguarded moment we
yeah,
see Gabriel. Like he's like just sort of like completely himself, like around his dog. I don't know. Like I thought
I
that was
love
really
it.
sweet. Yeah.
I'm so glad they include that, and it's just you love this character even more
Yeah. Yeah, we
because of
love a man who loves dogs.
oh yeah, like come on. That's why when in the movie The Duchess, Ray Fiennes is like a villain, but he still loves his dogs. And I'm like,
Oh, yes.
this is the one thing redeeming quality you have. I don't know,
I think I remember thinking that too. Yeah.
totally random off topic.
If you love animals and you're good to animals, you can't be like 100% bad, right?
Right? Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Gabriel's 100% good, so.
Oh, he is. Oh yeah. Nothing bad against him. And this is when Baldwood tries his hand again. He's like, I think we should get married. I know you need time to mourn. And he's really kind of acting a little crazy at this moment too, because he's like, which is it? Do you like me or respect me to Bathsheba? Do you remember this? And he's like, this is when
Yes,
she
yep.
says it's difficult for a woman to define her feelings in a language chiefly made by men. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah, and I think it's so funny. I feel like his like little speech where I wrote it down because it was such a sort of like stark contrast to how maybe Gabriel would have, sort of handled the situation. Um, he says after he proposes for, I don't know, the third time, he says, if you worry about saying yes out of guilt or pity, well, I don't mind. He said, I don't
oh,
mind.
I don't
And I
mind.
feel like, I don't know if this was intentional, but you can kind of like see it in like Carey Mulligan's face. Like she kind of like clocks him, right? She's like,
Uh-huh.
okay, I sh- I will walk all over you. I feel like she like kind of knows that about herself.
Yeah.
Because even in the beginning, when Gabriel proposes to her, she says something like, like, I need a man who tames me, which I don't actually think that's true. I think she needs a man who respects her and, like, lets her be
Yeah.
herself and, like,
Yeah.
provides, like, a soft landing for her. I think that's what she actually needs. She
Mm.
just doesn't know how to say that. Um, but Mr. Baldwood is not that man. He, like, doesn't
No.
Gabriel will sit his butt down under a tree and wait for Bathsheba to come
Yes.
and apologize and ask
Yes.
her of her own, accord. Mr.
Yes.
Baldwin doesn't do that. Like he doesn't command that same level of respect, and I think it's hard for Bathsheba to like view him,
Oh
as
yeah.
like a partner because of that sort of like lack of, I
Yes.
don't know, like strength of character maybe.
I love that. Yeah. So you think if Boldwood had been maybe more like he was in the very beginning, she was almost a little intrigued by him even in the beginning, I feel like.
Yeah,
When she first
agreed.
spotted him in the market and then there was one time where he was passing by, she almost maybe she was like, "Okay, I could get behind this guy. He's a wealthy farmer as well. We're on the same level.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
maybe I could." But I think he just, yeah, he lets himself down a bit. Whereas if he had been strong,
yeah.
ooh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Boldwood,
fool in love.
he is very,
Yeah.
very foolish because he gives her this like ultimatum too, like, let me know by Christmas time kind of
Yeah. And
thing.
like I feel like Bathsheba's such a free spirit. Like the last thing she would respond to is an ultimatum, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah. And she has to give her answer to him by then. She talks to Gabriel. They're always confidants. Um, and he's like, okay, well, do you love him? And she's like, love's a worn out, miserable thing for me, which I think is like true. She's done with love by now
Yeah.
because of Frank.
Yeah.
She says, oh, I want an objective opinion. Okay, come on, really? That's not. Oh
It,
my
it's the same
gosh.
as like when she went to find him while he was like sharpening his shears, you know? It's just like
Yes, it is.
messy, messy, messy.
These scenes remind me of each other for sure.
Yeah.
And it's almost like she does kind of want him to just give a little more indication.
You
Um,
know what? You're so
I
right. I
think
think that is.
so.
That's like her asking him, like, hey, do you still care about me?
I think
Like,
so.
almost like a little, like, she's like provoking him a little bit into like expressing himself and expressing like his feelings to her.
Yeah, because I wonder if she sees how kind he is to everybody. Like, we don't
Yeah.
even know. It doesn't show him being kind to other women. Well, actually, at the Christmas party, he does talk to other women, which we're gonna get to. But like, maybe she thinks maybe she doesn't realize how much he still cares for her.
Yeah.
Maybe it is like he's kind to everyone, and she's just really wanting a little more assurance here that
Sure,
his feelings
sure.
haven't changed.
I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
And she
and
like doesn't know how to like say
no.
it. So instead she'll just kind of
Mm-hmm.
poke the bear a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I want an
Yeah.
objective opinion. Hint, hint. And he's like, but he does, right? But he does say, I'm afraid you're asking the wrong man.
Yes.
But then they just don't take it anywhere after that.
Yeah.
So it's almost like yeah, they're so close.
Yeah.
Cut to Christmas time, and beautiful party set up with the big tree, Victorian
Yes.
Christmas.
I love a Christmas scene.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And did she already talk to? Yes, Boldwood talks to Oak again, and he's like expressing his hope, like, I think she's gonna say yes.
Yes. Yes.
And I wanted to tell you in advance because I believe I know your secret.
Yeah. This is such a clear, like, Mr. Baldwin marking his territory, being like,
Yes.
Gabriel, I love you. We're like best bros, but also please back off. Like, I'm what's good for her. Like, trust me.
Mhm.
Like, I've got this kind of thing.
I'm telling you, Sonny, I wrote the same thing, marking his territory. You and I are like, yes.
It's
Yeah,
so true, though.
it
Yeah.
is. It is. He's given him the little hint here. But then at the Christmas party, which is really lovely, she's wearing black and it's almost like a sheer overlay of a dress. And it's got like
Yes.
little
Yeah.
polka dots too. It's so pretty. I wish I
I
had more
love
shots
it.
of it.
Yeah, I love that dress.
Oh,
And I also love the fur-lined coat she comes in with.
hmm.
But yeah, that like I don't know what that fabric is. It's like a sheer mesh almost,
It
but
is. It's kind of like I dressed up last year for Halloween as in Beetlejuice, Winona Ryder's character.
yes, yes.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
yeah. So pretty, yeah.
Yeah, but she looks beautiful and I was thinking like, okay, so she's in mourning because she's wearing black,
Mhm.
but I looked around, a lot of the women were wearing black. So either everyone's in mourning because their loved ones
Mhm.
died. It's
Dark.
dark times, or who knows, or maybe it was common for older women to wear like married women to wear black. I don't know, but
Oh, okay.
I need to
Interesting.
look into that more, but I did notice more than her in black. Um, and she's just kind of like she knows this is like doomsday for her. Like she knows she has to give her
Yeah.
answer. And she sees Boldwood. She's like, okay, I'm gonna get to that later. She goes and sits down, kind of like a, married or widowed woman, like a widower, wait,
Yeah.
widow. And she sees Gabriel chatting with some ladies.
And like it's so clear. I feel like that's a really like endearing moment because I feel like at this point, and who knows, but like I feel like Bathsheba's kind of like she wants Gabriel to be happy. I think she is genuine when she says you
I
should have given
know.
them like the time of day, like you should have talked to them more. But it's so clear he's like so like uncomfortable and like the suit that he's like never worn before.
Oh,
And he's like getting so much attention.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was like an endearing sort of.
I know. My only thing is I wish the scene were longer at the Christmas party because we're finally getting to see
Yes.
them in this like
Yeah.
these nice clothes. The dance scene. So Boldwood is like, I insist you dance before you go, which is really weird. A little strange.
Okay, yes. What is up with that? Like, why is he like pushing them together?
Don't know.
Like I think I wrote some notes on this. I was wondering about that. Like what
Yeah,
is his motive? Does he want to observe them together and like maybe get his like final rate on the situation?
maybe.
Like I just couldn't really put my finger on it. He like tells them to dance together and then he like goes and stands in the corner like a weirdo and like watches them.
Then it must be that. It must be the observing thing. Like he
Yeah.
he he voiced that he knows Gabriel's secret and he wants to then like see if he how he took that or something. Who knows? Very
Yeah.
creepy, very weird. Or he wants them all to be friends and in this next stage of
Yeah,
life.
yeah. Okay, I like
Um,
that read. I like that
okay.
that
Yeah.
take on it because
I think
they all live with each other, near each other. It makes sense.
so the same way where Gabriel leaves and is really gracious and leaves his spot at the table, I feel maybe it's like a
Ooh,
reciprocation. He's like, I'm gracious, we're friends here, dance together,
yeah.
maybe.
I think that's probably true. Yeah.
And my only thing is, I wish this dance scene were longer because
I
they're dancing for
know.
2 seconds and
I
that's it.
know. And then she just leaves, and you're like, "What?
Oh,
This conversation's not finished."
yeah, because they're starting to say, like, what are they actually saying? Oh, tell me what to do, she says. Tell me what
Yeah,
to do. She always needs his advice.
I know. It's so infuriating.
Yes. But is she wanting him to say, is this another poke? Is this
Oh, for
another?
sure.
Yeah,
100%. Like,
yeah.
she should just come out and say it, like,
She
I'm in
should.
love with you.
Yeah,
Please ask me again, which, she does later. But
she does.
she can't say it. She just like can't. Is it a pride thing? I don't know, but she just can't bring herself to make the first move. So
Don't.
instead she just leaves. She exits the conversation because it's too hard for her.
Yeah, but he doesn't really give her anything either. She says, "Tell me what to do," and he just says, "Do what is right." Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Which also, like, yeah, what does that even mean? Like, you can't really, he
He,
reiterates what Mr. Baldwin says, which is like, I hope she does the right thing.
yeah, good point. Good
And I feel
point.
like that was almost a cop out on Gabriel's part.
It
He just like, he
was.
says it kind of weakly.
But again,
Yeah.
he's maybe like you said, he's not comfortable in this suit. He never, he's not in his
Mm,
element.
sure, sure, sure.
So we'll give him that one.
Yeah.
She goes outside the party. We're really getting to the end of the movie here. You can just
Yeah.
feel something's about to happen. She goes outside. Frank comes up wearing a soldier uniform, back from the dead. Black suits you, although a little premature. What a
Yeah.
villainous thing to say.
Yes.
And we learn he was pulled from the sea by some fishermen. He's come back for her, and she's like, you said that I meant nothing to you. And he's
Yeah.
like, oh, actually, yeah, you're right. Let's just be honest here. I need money.
That is a wild line to say. Also, like straight up horror movie vibes, like him coming out of the
Right?
shadows with with his like red soldier's uniform.
Oh gosh.
But wow, like he can't even try and be pleasant. He's
No.
just out of the gate. I need money.
Just yeah, and he's like, I gave up my profession for you. Like, what
Yeah,
the
whoa,
hell?
whoa, whoa, buddy. Like, not
Unbelievable.
true. Yeah.
And then he does the manhandling thing again and like drags her away forcefully. And that's when Boldwood is like, are you kidding me? And
Comes out and blasts him.
it is kind of comical. It's like, nope,
Yeah.
you're not getting, no, you are gonna die now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it looks like he shot him in the arm, but he dies. So whatever. I don't really care.
Yeah, he
Again.
he he shoots him in the chest.
Oh,
He
he shoots
falls
him in the chest.
over,
Okay.
dies. Yeah. Yeah. I guess it was like kind of hard to see with the scarlet uniform. But yeah, I feel like, and we were talking about this before, like I feel like this was the climax of his sort of like mental breakdown
Yeah.
over the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
like, will she marry me? Will she not marry me? Okay, she said no, but I still have to see her every day because she's my neighbor. Can't move on from this. So he clearly went through some kind of like
Oh, yeah.
degradation, spiritually, physically, whatever. And this was like the trigger where he just kind of like lost and was like, all right,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. He totally loses it and he commits a crime, essentially, crime of
yeah,
passion. They say crime
right,
of passion
yep,
because he literally just like walks to the prison after this,
yeah,
which is so him.
yes.
It's so
Oh my
him.
gosh,
I mean,
yeah,
Michael Sheen is great in this role. Like, you totally believe him.
yes, yeah,
Oh my gosh. I actually think just taking it overarching look at this movie, I think everyone acts very naturally in this movie and is so much their
yes.
character and like all the like it doesn't nothing feels rehearsed or staged. Everything feels natural. Their mannerisms, their manner of speaking. I love this
Ooh,
movie.
a bit of IMDb trivia for
Ooh, tell
you.
me.
Apparently, the cast went through a farmer's boot camp
Oh,
prior
fun.
to filming, and so Matthias Schoenaerts went through how to be a shepherd, basically. Like this is how
Oh,
you like wash and shear a sheep, and like how you would train dogs to herd them, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm sure like everybody else in the cast had a similar sort of like education beforehand. But
oh,
I think the production design also felt so natural.
oh my
Like
gosh.
it added to that element of like authenticity. There are like so many things to like hold and like look at and pick up. Like it was a very
Hmm.
like tactile film, I felt like.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, like okay, we will come back to the karma passion, but we're getting to this point where um Bathsheba does pick, like you said, pick up a piece of grain and she plays with it in her hand.
Yes.
Like you said,
Yep.
yeah. So, oh my
Yep.
gosh, love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So totally jumped ahead a little bit, but Boldwood turns himself in. He just done. But we learn from Gabriel, if it's any consolation, his life will be spared because it's a crime of passion. Okay, fine. Gabriel is in Boldwood's house with Bathsheba.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Creeper
Go on.
moment, creeper
Yep.
moment. I mean, you really see how far in he
Yes.
was
Yes.
because lots of women's jewelry in this house now,
Yep.
lots of women's clothing, took it a step further and monogrammed everything Bathsheba Boldwood.
Absolutely wild.
It's
Also, you
it's
have to, yes,
pretty.
it is pretty. You're right. Very excellent embroidery penmanship. But like if you really think about it, man, that is weird, right? Because not only did he have all of these things like bought, but he bought all of these things imagining her as his wife without her even like having consented to it. Like he's like
No.
almost like dressing her up like a doll, you know?
Yeah.
And like I found that
Yeah.
really, really creepy.
It's off-putting. I'm sure some women would love that. Like, yeah.
Oh, okay,
He
yeah.
like he would treat if he found the right woman, he would have treated her well. He would
Sure,
have
sure.
like spoiled them.
You know, that is true. Maybe you're like for the
Maybe.
time that could have been,
Maybe.
something to aspire to
But
like
no, he's
have
crazy.
this. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But no. No, I don't know. I think there could have been some women who would have been okay with that,
Yeah.
but not Bathsheba. She's kind of
No,
like
not
just like,
Bathsheba. That
no.
and that's I think that's like another such a clear indicator that Mr. Baldwin was not for her because I don't think she would want that like from her husband, from her partner. Like she doesn't want to be a doll. She doesn't want to be like
No.
put on a pedestal or like fussed over or,
No.
like quote unquote taken care of. Like she is very like
Yeah.
in her, in her own and like she knows who she is. She's definitely buying her own clothes. Like she's,
Yes.
so
And
it's just
practical
so
clothes.
yes. So it's just like it's so clear that like that Mr. Baldwin didn't know her. He
No,
like didn't know her.
this was
Yeah.
an idealized version of her in his head.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's sad to see, like you do still pity him at this
Yeah.
scene because you're like,
Yeah.
wow, he was so far gone
Yeah.
and he put so much hope into that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're kind of like, okay, good, now he's out of the picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're okay,
They're
okay.
dropping like
They're dropping
flies.
like flies and now making room for the one and only for
Yeah.
her, the perfect match for her. Time passes. Then we see Bathsheba in the church graveyard and she's at the gravesite of I think the joint grave of the three of them, Fanny,
Yes.
Sergeant
Yes.
Troy, and the child.
Yes, it's so interesting, obviously, because they were legally married, like they were man and wife. But I think the tombstone, it says, here lies beloved Fanny, I forget her last name, beloved of Frank Troy. And
Really?
and it goes a step forward and it mentions their child as well.
It does mention the child. You
Yeah.
know what? I wonder if she wanted to find closure with this chapter of her
Mm,
life. And maybe she knew, because at one point she said Fanny was a respected, worker on my uncle's farm. So maybe she
yeah.
really just, I don't know, I'm gonna look in the book too to see if that's how the grave was set
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
But it's kind of sweet. It's kind of like respectful, and she's like,
Sure, yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of nice. And then Gabriel comes out of the church. They have an interaction, and she's like, or he says, I'm going away now. I'm going to
Yeah.
America now that the farm
Yeah.
is secure. He said one day, I told you one day I'd leave you.
Yeah. And that line
Um,
it just hits you, right? You're like, "Ooh, he did say that."
he did. He had this plan. He kind of had a plan all along. Like if she wasn't going to ever be with him, like he had to move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, you could tell there's still some unspoken words there. She
Yep.
wants to say more. They don't say more. He walks off. We see Bathsheba the next day. She's trying to get on with her day. She's like, I'm going to do my work, but the dog is there and the dog is whimpering.
Yeah, yeah, and I just love Liddy's face in this scene. She's just like I don't know what she's doing. She's like wiping a chair or something, but she's just kind of like looking like morosely over at Bathsheba, just like the longest face. She's so funny.
She is so funny. She
Yeah.
does, yeah, she doesn't even have to say anything and it cuts to her. I'm glad they included that. That's so funny. And then Bathsheba quickly saddles her horse and takes off. Like this is her,
Yeah.
like she's always saddling her own horse, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um, and she goes off in search of Gabriel, the same path maybe that we saw him take earlier when he was fired by her. And Gabriel, she yells at him, he turns away, and then she says, you'll think I'm strange, but I've been worried. Have I offended you somehow? Is it the money?" And he's like, "No, don't need money." She's like, "What about a formal partnership?" "No." "This farm belongs to you alone." And then she's like, "Why are you leaving? You must not go." And I just love the rest of this dialogue. She's like,
Yeah.
he's like, "You forbid me?" "Yes, I forbid you." Like, how cute.
Yeah.
He says it's time for you to fight your own battles and win them too. He's trying to be patient. He's trying to just like let her. I think he still thinks he's gonna leave at this point.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's like, "I'm gonna let her do her thing, let her understand why I'm leaving, however she wants to understand it. Thank you, Gabriel," she says. "You've believed in me and fought for me. We've been through so much together. Wasn't I your first sweetheart? Weren't you mine?"
Oh, I love that line.
I
Yeah.
know. So it's calling back those emotions, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
But he's
she,
waiting. He's
yes,
really, and I think again, like mad respect to his character, he wants her to be able to choose for herself
yeah,
and like make that initiate that because he has already put his cards on the table very early on. She
yeah.
knows how he feels about her. And I think he, in that moment, one, I think he needs to feel chosen by her, like just for
Ooh,
himself, right?
yes.
And like two, I think he still really knows and understands her and like is like I'm giving you the opportunity to like make your own decision. Like all of
Yeah.
these men have like proposed to you and like kind of like forced you into this, you know. Like Mr. Balder really kind of twisted her arm being like, "Well, I'm your last chance or your last sort of like resort, you know?"
Right?
But he's not doing that. He's not like forcing her hand. He's like letting her make her own choice and I think that's just like really cool.
I love it. He handles
Yeah.
it. He handles all these situations so well. He's very patient. But he finally does say a little something, a little hint. "If I knew that you would let me love you and marry you." So he
Yeah.
finally gives her a little bit of an, like, still giving just an opportunity, though, not like doing any
Yes.
forceful. And she's like, "But you will never know." "Why not?" "Because you never ask." So that kind of makes you think, okay, she was trying to like maybe get him to say more in the
Yeah.
past. Would you say no again? And she even just knows her own self. She's like, "Probably." I love that. But she tells him, "Ask me again."
Yeah.
And yeah, it's finally, they're on the same page, finally.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
took a while.
It did. It took three lifetimes, but
Yeah.
we made it.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Oh, and
goodness.
I mean, we have to mention the kiss. It's like a
Yeah.
perfect kiss.
Oh, it's great.
Golden hour. You know, there's
Hmm.
like a little breeze.
Hmm.
They're
The
surrounded by this
violins.
beautiful, yes, the violins. Yeah.
Yeah,
So good.
and we get some lens flare. I'm a fan. I say it in a lot of the podcasts, like the opening scenes of Pride and Prejudice 2005. Like I love a lens
Yes.
flare
Yeah.
moment. I think it, some people think it's overused in cinema, but I think it's great.
No,
Um,
it adds to it. You know, it's atmospheric. You need it. Yeah. And I
yeah.
mean, it makes sense, practically speaking, because it is golden hour. You know, the sun's low in the
Yeah.
sky.
Yes.
I buy
Oh
it.
yeah. Yeah, it's not just put there randomly. Um, this moment is so perfect between it's like the perfect ending. It's what we've been wanting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and yeah, the music really just comes through at this end
Yeah.
scene. I didn't mention the composer's name earlier, but I will now, quickly, which is Craig Armstrong, who won two BAFTA awards for Moulin Rouge and Romeo and Juliet by Baz
Oh,
Luhrmann.
wow. I remember the music from Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, how did I not know this person's name?
Oh my
Because this
gosh.
is such a beautiful score. Um, and they hold hands and walk off. Again, they're partners. They know each other.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're on the same level.
I love that they walk back and they don't ride back. It's like they're almost like extending the moment, and
Yeah.
like getting time, just the two of them before they have to show up on the farm and like explain their engagement to
Can you
everybody else.
imagine? Oh my gosh. But Liddy would have been okay with it. She knew.
Yeah, she was
She
rooting for them.
she was sad he was leaving. Um
Yeah.
and yeah, they're holding hands and walking back and she like kind of leans on him at one point. It's
Yeah. So sweet.
oh my gosh. Is she wearing the red suit again at this part?
She is wearing
You
I think she's wearing the same leather jacket that she wore when he first saw her. Yep.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's sweet. That's a
Yeah.
nice full circle moment.
I agree.
Oh my
A
gosh.
little behind the scenes tidbit for you. Carey Mulligan was apparently very concussed this entire scene. There's that bend that she comes around. She's like, Gabriel, wait. Apparently, she fell off her horse
Good
filming this
Lord.
shot. She hit her head and was like extremely concussed. And then, like, during a take, she like fell to her knees because she was so dizzy. And apparently, Matthias Skonert thought that she was like, it was part of she was just acting. And he like kept going. And then she like slumped over and everyone was like, "Oh, wow. Okay, she like needs help." Yeah.
They were probably like,
Very
oh, Carrie Mulligan's trying something
Yes,
with the scene.
exactly. Yeah, isn't that
Oh
crazy?
my.
But
Well,
apparently she like doesn't remember like a lot of what happened that day because she was so severely
that's
concussed. I
horrible.
know.
Oh my gosh. Well, you wouldn't even know it
Yeah.
because the scene
Yeah.
is acted so beautifully. Like,
Agree, yeah.
so, Sunny, I think this is the perfect ending. I know you sent me some deleted scenes earlier, and there was another shot, another scene. What did you think of that? Do you want to describe it to our listeners?
Yes, so there is an alternate ending where we see Bathsheba and Gabriel actually getting married inside the chapel. It's a really sweet scene. Like you see
Yeah.
all of the other farmers there,
Yeah.
Liddy's there, her aunts are there. That's like a fun, they come back for that. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I agree. I think where we leave them, them like holding each other's arms, walking next to the horse into the sunset, I think that was a perfect ending.
Yeah.
Like to me, this wedding scene, it was a little like generic wedding scene. Like it didn't really like add a whole lot, I thought, for me to the characters or to the story. Um, Honestly, if anything, I would have loved another like dancing scene, like a wedding celebration scene.
Yes.
And then maybe Carey Mulligan and Matthias Schoenaerts could have done a song together just so we could hear her sing one more time. That would have been my ideal
I
ending.
love
But
that. Yeah, and then
yeah.
we would compare their beautiful relationship to the failed one.
Yes, exactly.
That would have been nice. I agree with you.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. But yeah, the wedding scene, other than I do think I now want to post a picture of her in that wedding. It was just the top half of her,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
was pretty.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was nice to see her in a wedding
Yeah.
because that moment was stolen from us with, her getting married to Frank Troy because they do it so fast and
Yeah.
she's not in a wedding dress. So,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
Yeah. Again, back with the natural way of speaking in this movie, the little smiles that she'll do as she's speaking, the glances he gives. I feel
Yeah.
like it's just such a natural movie, well acted,
Yeah.
beautifully shot. I mean, we've gone through the whole movie now, and I just love it. I still just have such love for this movie, and I don't think
Yeah.
people know it as much and appreciate it as much as they should.
I agree. Well, I think I remember seeing this in 2015 when it came out. Like I remember seeing it in theaters and being like, "Oh, that was like a nice romance film."
Oh,
It didn't
really?
really like make an impression on me at the time. And then it's like after repeat viewings, you're like, "Ooh, this is like a comfort
Interesting.
movie on the
Yeah.
level of like Pride and Prejudice or Sense and
Yeah.
Sensibility, like it's got all of the ingredients." Um, but yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it's yeah, that's interesting. Same with Jane Eyre 2011 with Mia Wasikowska and
Yes, yeah.
I didn't like it as much the first time I saw it, And the second time I
Mm.
loved it. And then since then, I find it like so fun to rewatch. So sometimes movies just need to settle with you a little bit or
Yes,
something.
agree.
But this one is so lovely. And I'm so glad that we chose it and just went through all of the scenes.
Yes, me too.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah. So there you have it, folks. We have walked you through Far from the Madding Crowd, which, by the way, not maddening, madding, which is sometimes hard to roll off the tongue, but it's a story by Thomas Hardy, a beautiful novel and a beautiful adaptation from 2015. So starring Carey Mulligan, and you say the name because you say it better than me, the lead actor.
Matthias Schoonhartz.
There you go. Nice. And, and can't leave out Michael Sheen, Tom Sturridge, Juno
Yes.
Temple, and Jessica. What's her name?
Barden, Jessica
Jessica
Barden.
Barden. All
Yep.
right. Okay. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Swoon-Worthy. Please remember to like and follow us on Instagram, like our post, subscribe to us on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts, and let us know what you think of this episode. Let us know if you have any recommendations for future episodes. We love to hear your feedback. All right, catch you next time. Bye.